Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Tomorrow, July 19, 2026, the entire footballing world literally stops. We are looking at a monumental winner-takes-all clash. Defending champions Argentina squaring off against the reigning European champion Spain. The stakes? They absolutely do not get any higher than this. I am so pumped to walk you through the tactics, the talent, and the hard data that will decide who actually lifts that trophy.
The biggest football match on the planet is finally here. We're talking about an absolute clash of titans. Honestly, experts and fans are calling this one of the most significant international matchups in recent history. The anticipation is just palpable. Everyone is asking the exact same questions. Who's got the better squad, who dominates which position, and crucially, who cements their legacy? Well, we're going to lay out the cold, hard facts you need to know before kickoff.
Now, looking at the road to this final, it really highlights two completely different philosophies. Spain, they marched in with a clinical, flawless 2-0 victory over France, just total control. Argentina, on the other hand, they had to dig deep. They survived an absolute dogfight to grind out a 2-1 win over England. So we've got masterful control on one side and battle-tested resilience on the other.
Section 1. Spain's masterful tactics.
To really understand Spain, you've got to look right at the center of the pitch. Their midfield is widely considered one of the strongest in world football. And honestly, that is not an exaggeration. Led by the brilliant Rodri, their possession-based style and just staggering passing accuracy have allowed them to completely dictate the tempo of every single game. They haven't just been beating teams, they've systematically controlled them, just refusing to give up the ball.
But the magic isn't just in the passing. It's what happens when that possession meets a rock-solid backline. Think about it. When your midfield simply refuses to lose the ball, and your defense instantly suffocates the very few attacks that actually slip through, well, you become an absolute fortress. Very few goals conceded and nearly impossible to break down.
And this brilliantly illustrates the heart of this dominant Spanish machine. There are 4 names you absolutely need to watch: Lamine Yamal, Rodri, Nico Williams, and Pedri. With Rodri and Pedri dictating that midfield tempo, and Yamal and Williams providing these explosive, blistering threats out wide, this lineup is literally built to dismantle opponents. Precision and pace, all wrapped into one.
Section 2. Argentina's lethal attack. Shifting over to Argentina, they bring something to the table that tactics and possession stats just cannot quantify: unparalleled big match experience. Remember, they enter this final as the defending World Cup champions. That means their locker room is packed with proven leaders who know exactly how to perform and honestly how to thrive under immense pressure. They've been in the fire, they've felt the weight of the world, and they know what it takes to survive it. And when that pressure mounts, man, their attack becomes razor sharp. In these crucial knockout matches, Argentina has consistently delivered with a mix of clinical finishing and just breathtaking creativity. They don't necessarily need to hold the ball for 80% of the game like Spain does. They just need a fraction of a second, a tiny split-second window of opportunity, and they have the attacking brilliance to make you pay for a single mistake.
Powering that immense firepower, we're talking Lionel Messi, Lautaro Martinez, Julian Alvarez, and Enzo Fernandez. This right here is the ultimate clash of styles. You've got Spain's structural dominance going head-to-head against Argentina's sheer attacking synergy. Messi's legendary vision paired with that relentless finishing, it's a puzzle that even Spain's fortress of a defense will struggle to solve.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 3, Tail of the Tape.
It's honestly amazing how perfectly matched yet entirely opposed these two squads really are. When we look position by position, Emiliano Martinez definitely gives Argentina a slight edge in goal for those massive clutch moments. Spain, as we mentioned, completely dominates the defensive and midfield metrics. But look at the attack and look at the experience. Those belong entirely to Argentina. It's fascinating because if Spain pushes too high up the pitch to maintain their possession, Argentina's counterattack is coiled and completely ready to strike.
Section 4. Who will win?
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how razor-thin these margins actually are. According to the latest prediction markets and top analysts, Spain enters as a slight favorite, sitting at about a 55 to 60% chance to win. That leaves Argentina right at roughly 40 to 45%. The experts are giving a slight nod to Spain's suffocating midfield, but make no mistake about it, this matchup is balancing on an absolute knife's edge.
Because at the end of the day, we have to remember the ultimate truth about this sport. Despite what the odds or the prediction markets might say, football has no guaranteed winner.
This final could easily go either way. On a stage this massive, all it takes is a single moment of absolute brilliance from a star player, one uncharacteristic defensive mistake under pressure, or the sheer nerve-wracking drama of a penalty shootout. That is what will ultimately decide who gets to call themselves the 2026 World Cup champion.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. Will Argentina successfully defend their crown and cement a true modern dynasty, or will Spain leverage their tactical mastery to conquer the world once again? Drop your own prediction in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss our breakdowns, and most importantly, enjoy the final.